Hey there, Saints. Pastor Dave here with another weekly devotion for you this Wednesday. Hope you're doing well today. I'm going to share a quick reading from David Kuntz's Quiet Mind to get us started. This is a meditation on stillness. Sometimes I sits and thinks, and sometimes I just sits. Satchel Paige. People who are at ease with themselves are a wonderful gift to the world. They model life for us with a power that words can never match. When I was a boy, I had Satchel Paige's picture on my wall, along with about 15 other Cleveland Indian baseball players. Satchel had a special attraction for me. He not only became the first African-American pitcher in the American League at the age of 42, he was also full of joy, wisdom, and showmanship. He just loved life, even though, especially at its beginning, it didn't offer him much. He could pitch words as well as he could pitch a baseball. The above words are an example. Satchel always had his eye on the crowd and knew how to give them what they wanted, and sometimes what they needed as well. In my memory of him, I realized that he always had a quietness, serenity, even a sense of slowness about him, although he was famous for his fastball, almost as if he were always remembering something important, something he didn't want to forget. His smile took a while to complete itself, and he had an easy grace in his movements. Is there someone in your life who is a model of serenity for you? What gives them such a calm in the storms of life? How can you cultivate that in yourself? Saints, those are great questions. I would love to know the answer to, honestly. It seems like life is so full sometimes, and so stressful because of that. It seems like we have so many demands on ourselves and on our time, and we're always being pushed and pulled and just go, go, go. There is so much to do. It seems difficult for us to stop and to take things slowly. I wonder, can you think of anybody like Satchel Paige in your life who had that ability? For me, one of the examples that comes easily to mind is Fred Rogers, someone I knew from my childhood watching his show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and the sense that Mr. Rogers had about him was always that there was plenty of time. That's what it felt like when you watched him. He was never in a hurry. He was never rushing to get from one thing to another. There was a deliberateness about the way he moved and the way he spoke, and it was like he had all the time in the world. He was focused on you, on the viewer, on the camera, and he never felt like he needed to get ahead, get done with this and get on to something else. That is a quality, a characteristic of life that I think so many of us lack and would do well to work on. We hurry and we rush and we try to get from one thing to the next, often I think because we're afraid, we're anxious about what we're going to miss out on. But let's think about it from the other perspective. When we are constantly hurrying and rushing and going from one to the next, I feel like there's a real danger of missing out on things there too. I feel like if we're not truly invested in the moment that we're in, if we're not really paying attention to the people that we're with and the things that we're doing, we might as well not be doing them. We are missing them all the same, even if we are there, as long as our attention is constantly divided and thinking about the next thing. We're not really truly experiencing what we are doing. The Serenity Prayer. I'm sure you have heard this before. God, grant me the courage to change the things I can, the serenity to accept the things I can't, and the wisdom to know the difference. I think that's a great prayer to help us with this mindset. Knowing that life is full of things that we can change, things that we can't, and really what we ought to be able to do, what we need to be prepared to do, is to accept things for what they are. Saints, that's your devotion for this week, and hope it's helpful and worth thinking about for you. I hope you're doing well and staying healthy. I'll be praying for you. Please keep praying for me, and I will see you all again soon. Take care, Saints.